Have you ever felt something so profound that words seemed inadequate to express it? That's often where the divine masculine finds themselves in this connection. They're navigating a territory where traditional masculine conditioning meets soul-deep recognition. And let me tell you, it's quite the journey. In today's world, where we're all about instant gratification and clear-cut answers, the divine masculine's experience of twin flame connection stands as a testament to the mystery and depth of spiritual awakening. It challenges our conventional understanding of love, connection, and personal growth. As we dive into the key aspects of the divine masculine's perspective, I would like to remind, this isn't just about understanding them, it's about gaining insights that can transform how we approach these sacred connections altogether. Whether you identify as divine feminine or masculine, or you're simply curious about twin flame dynamics, what you're about to discover might just change how you view these extraordinary soul connections. Ready to peek behind the curtain and explore what really goes on in the heart and mind of the divine masculine? Let's embark on this journey of understanding together. Trust me, what you're about to learn might challenge some of your existing beliefs. But isn't that exactly what growth is all about? Let me share something fascinating about first aspect of the twin flame connection. The divine masculine often finds themselves in an extraordinary position where their logical mind, typically their trusted compass in life, suddenly encounters something it simply cannot compute. We're talking about someone who has likely navigated countless relationships, maintained control over their emotional landscape, and generally understood the rules of engagement in human connections. Then suddenly, they meet someone who completely bypasses all their carefully constructed systems of understanding. It's not just attraction, it's not just compatibility. It's as if someone reached inside their soul and flipped a switch they didn't even know existed. The intensity of this recognition often manifests in unexpected ways. While the divine feminine might immediately embrace and understand the spiritual nature of the connection, the divine masculine frequently experiences it as a kind of cognitive dissonance. They might find themselves thinking about their twin flame at random moments, feeling inexplicably connected to someone they barely know, or experiencing unprecedented levels of emotional resonance that their logical mind simply cannot explain away. It's similar to what happens when you're in a dark room and someone suddenly turns on a bright light. Your first instinct isn't to appreciate the illumination. It's to squint, to turn away, perhaps even to protect yourself from the intensity. Yet, just as your eyes eventually adjust to the light, the divine masculine gradually begins to integrate this new way of experiencing connection and love. The beauty of this phase lies in its raw authenticity. There's no pretense possible when you're experiencing something that completely transcends your existing understanding of reality. It's in this space of overwhelming intensity that the divine masculine begins their true journey of spiritual awakening, not because they chose it, but because the sheer power of the connection leaves them no other option. What makes this particularly poignant is how it challenges everything the divine masculine thought they knew about love and connection. It's like they've been speaking one language their entire life, and suddenly they're hearing music instead of words. The intensity isn't just emotional, it's a complete restructuring of their understanding of reality itself. Picture a master warrior who has spent years building impenetrable fortress walls, only to discover that their greatest battle isn't about defending those walls. It's about finding the courage to tear them down. The divine masculine often retreats into silence, not because they feel nothing, but because they feel everything with an intensity that threatens to overwhelm their carefully constructed sense of self. You see, we're dealing with a profound paradox here. Traditional masculine energy has been conditioned for millennia to equate vulnerability with weakness, yet the twin flame connection demands exactly this supposed weakness as the pathway to their greatest strength. It's like being asked to unlearn everything you've ever known about protecting yourself, while simultaneously facing the most powerful emotional experience of your life. No wonder there's resistance. This silence, this apparent withdrawal, is actually one of the most active and energy-intensive processes in the twin flame journey. Imagine trying to hold back an ocean with your bare hands. That's the kind of internal energy the divine masculine expends in this phase. They're not just processing emotions, they're experiencing a complete reorganization of their spiritual and emotional DNA. The beauty of this battle lies in its transformative potential. The divine masculine must allow their old paradigms of emotional expression and control to dissolve before they can emerge in their full, authentic power. It's a death and rebirth process that happens while they're still walking around, going about their daily lives, carrying this profound internal metamorphosis within them. What makes this especially poignant is how this battle often plays out in complete silence. While the outside world might see withdrawal or disconnection, internally, they're engaging in the most profound dialogue they've ever had with their own soul. It's like watching a master composer write a symphony. From the outside, all you might see is someone sitting silently at a desk. But internally, entire worlds of harmony are being born. The resolution of this battle doesn't come through victory of one side over the other. It comes through integration. It's about learning to dance with both vulnerability and strength, about understanding that true power lies not in the ability to control, but in the courage to remain open. This silent battle, as challenging as it may be, is actually a sacred initiation. It's the universe's way of teaching the divine masculine that true strength isn't about being invulnerable. It's about having the courage to remain open even when everything within you wants to close down. And isn't that, after all, the essence of real spiritual warriorship? The silence isn't empty. It's pregnant with possibility, with transformation, with the birth of a new way of being. Think about what happens when you're watching a 3D movie without the special glasses. Everything appears blurred, out of focus, almost nonsensical. Then you put on those glasses, and suddenly two seemingly disparate images merge into one clear picture. That's remarkably similar to what the divine masculine experiences during their awakening process. They're simultaneously trying to maintain their grip on the tangible, practical world, while their consciousness expands into realms they previously didn't even know existed. The divine masculine often finds themselves in an extraordinary position where their practical nature, which has served them so well in navigating the material world, begins to encounter experiences that defy logical explanation. They might be sitting in a board meeting discussing quarterly profits, while simultaneously feeling waves of inexplicable energy coursing through their body, or receiving intuitive insights about their twin flame that have no rational source. You see, this isn't just about balancing spiritual and material realms. It's about discovering that these realms were never truly separate in the first place. It's like being a skilled pianist who suddenly realizes that the music they've been playing is just one instrument in a vast cosmic orchestra. The challenge isn't about choosing between the piano and the orchestra. It's about learning to play both simultaneously while maintaining harmony. What makes this journey particularly poignant is how it often unfolds in the midst of everyday life. Unlike ancient mystics who could retreat to monasteries or caves to process their spiritual awakening, the divine masculine typically needs to maintain their worldly responsibilities while undergoing this profound transformation. Imagine trying to rebuild the engine of a car while driving it. That's the kind of multidimensional challenge they're facing. The beauty of this phase lies in its potential for integration. As the divine masculine navigates this delicate balance, they often discover that their spiritual awakening actually enhances their ability to function in the material world rather than diminishing it. It's like developing a new kind of vision that allows them to see both the forest and the trees simultaneously, bringing a depth of understanding to every aspect of their existence. And you know what's truly remarkable? This journey often leads to a profound realization that the very tension between spiritual growth and 3D reality is itself a catalyst for transformation. The divine masculine's most beautiful spiritual qualities often develop in response to the challenges of maintaining earthly responsibilities while awakening to higher consciousness. In this sacred dance between heaven and earth, the divine masculine learns to become a bridge between worlds, embodying the ancient Hermetic principle, as above, so below. And isn't that, after all, one of the most beautiful aspects of the twin flame journey? Learning to bring heaven down to earth, one awakened moment at a time. You know those moments when you're watching a sunset and there's this perfect instant when everything aligns. The colors, the clouds, the last rays of light. That's what divine timing feels like in the twin flame journey. The divine masculine inherently understands this, even if they can't articulate it. They carry within them a cosmic GPS that recognizes not just the destination, but the precise rhythm of the journey itself. Let me share something profound that one man, a successful architect, once told me. It's like I'm designing the most important structure of my life, but instead of blueprints, I'm working with energy. Instead of concrete foundations, I'm building with soul intentions. And somehow, I know that rushing the process would be like trying to force a flower to bloom by pulling open its petals. This beautifully captures the divine masculine's inherent understanding of timing in this sacred connection. The recognition of soul purpose within this connection is perhaps one of the most misunderstood aspects of the divine masculine's experience. Picture a master composer who suddenly realizes that every piece of music they've ever written was actually part of one grand symphony. That's the level of revelation we're talking about. It's not just about recognizing their twin flame. It's about recognizing the greater cosmic dance they're both part of. What makes this recognition particularly fascinating is how it often operates on multiple levels simultaneously. The divine masculine might be going about their daily life, making seemingly ordinary decisions, while their soul is orchestrating a magnificent choreography of synchronicities and alignments. It's like being both the chess player and the chess piece in a game where the rules are written by the universe itself. There's this beautiful paradox at play here. The more deeply the divine masculine recognizes the profound significance of the connection, the more they understand the importance of not forcing it. They begin to see that their journey with their twin flame isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about the alchemical transformation that happens along the way. And you know what's truly remarkable? This recognition often comes with a profound sense of peace, even in the midst of apparent separation or challenges. It's as if the divine masculine develops a sixth sense about the connection, an innate knowing that transcends the need for physical proximity or conventional relationship milestones. They begin to understand that their connection operates on quantum levels where time and space function differently than in our everyday reality. As we wrap up our exploration of the divine masculine's perspective on twin flame connections, it's important to acknowledge the beautiful complexity of this spiritual journey. You know how sometimes the most profound truths are both simple and complex at the same time? That's exactly what we're dealing with here. Let's be real for a moment. Understanding the divine masculine's thoughts and feelings isn't about feeding into fantasy or creating unrealistic expectations. It's about developing a deeper appreciation for the multifaceted nature of this sacred connection. The divine masculine often discovers parts of themselves they never knew existed, leading to deep healing and growth. And isn't that what makes this connection so special? Here's something worth remembering. Every divine masculine processes this journey uniquely. While some might embrace the spiritual aspects more readily, others might need more time to integrate these experiences with their practical, everyday reality. And that's perfectly okay. Remember, whether you're experiencing this connection as the divine masculine or feminine, the most important relationship is always the one you have with yourself. As you continue on this path, let this understanding serve as a compass, guiding you toward authentic self-discovery and spiritual growth. After all, isn't that what makes the twin flame journey so transformative? It's not just about finding your other half. It's about becoming whole within yourself.